Hello, all my lovely little fan minds out there. My name's MsRheyRhey, and welcome to another episode of Fan Service, a show where I showcase artists and dwelling throughout all walks of fandom kind. And I decided that this week, the theme for this episode was going to be Superman and the Superman family. Now, I know throughout my research there was a lot in the Superman family, technically and canonically, if that's the word. That's how you pronounce it. But this episode, I'm only going to focus on what I consider the main four, which is, of course, Superman. There's going to be Supergirl, Power Girl, and Superboy. And I just want you guys to know out there that I am not a professional art critic. I am not a professional art or reviewist of any kind. These are just my personal favorites when searching through this particular fandom. This week I am going to be showcasing 8 artists and 2 writers. This first artist I found on DeviantArt and was aptly named Dark Fallen Knight. What he did was a picture of the New 52's Superman, and he made an anime style digital drawing. I especially liked his lining and ink work that he did for his photo, picture art, or the shadowing that he used it for complemented the rest of his work really well. It gives it a good dimension to it. What I especially like about his line work is that there's almost to me anyway, a precision. Yeah, that's the word. There's almost a precision-like quality to it that makes it just very nice to look at, and I very much enjoyed it. This next artist up is named Itze, and they did a Superman portrait promptly named The Last Sun. What I particularly like about this one is the dark and edginess to it. It's not smoothed out in any way. It's especially awesome. What I really liked is the minimal red coloring to it. I thought it accented it very well. It very much grabs your attention from what you originally see as Superman. What I thought was very impressive is in the description, it tells you that this was just a pre-work exercise and that the clock time on it only took 42 minutes. And I think for 42 minutes, that is a very impressive piece to make. It takes me 42 minutes just to even start anything, let alone finish something. This next artist in this lineup is named, and completely forgive me if I butcher what you originally had this named as, Vari Art. He has made a Supergirl sketch piece, or a Supergirl sketch card piece, and it's very cartoon styled. And what I liked was the cartooning style of it. It really made me think of what in my version of, from my head, the original Supergirl look to it, from the early Superman animated series from when I was a kid growing up watching that. I actually liked this. I like this Supergirl better because it's just I'm a nostalgia junkie, and this is what I grew up watching and admiring. Not that the new 52 Supergirl is bad. I love her styling and her outfit and just her as a superhero, but I have an attachment to this Supergirl, so I play favorites. But it's very cute, and I like this one a lot, and I thought the colors to it were very cleanly done, and it's very hard just to not love. And our next artist up is named Micah J. Gunnell. This is also a Supergirl piece. It's portrait styled. Right away, I thought the line art for it was very smooth, and it connected everything very elegantly. It was also that and the coloring for it that drew me to this piece right away. It was the background to it is very simple, but it's also very natural. Like, I know it's Supergirl, and the super family can fly and everything, so it's natural for them to be in the sky, but it just, to me, it went together very nicely. What I particularly liked about the artist himself is that roughly around once a week, he posts a journal on 5 deviants that deserve your attention, and he showcases undiscovered deviant art talent. And going through them, I realized that there are a lot of deviant artists out there. Obviously, there's thousands, maybe even millions of you on the site. You don't all get to, you're amazing artists, but because there's a lot of you, some of you get, unnoticed, even though your art is amazing. And that's what I thought was really awesome, because that's what I'm trying to do here as well. So it's awesome. It's awesome to see people who have the same idea as me and want to showcase not as well known people to let people know that they're out there and show their appreciation for the wonderful things they do. Next up is our first writer from fanfiction.net named Tavian6. And Tavian is doing a story called The Last Daughter of Krypton. So you can imagine it's about Supergirl. From the summary, because I don't want to give you guys spoilers too much, it states that Kara Zor-El is the last of her people. So when she is transported to a strange new world, she must learn to deal with new strange powers, along with having to deal with being on a strange new planet as well. The story is only 10 chapters in, and it is rated T for teen. If the title alone didn't grab your attention, the first few chapters definitely will. It grabs your attention from the very start. While it is 10 chapters in, the story is slow-paced, but I still find it very interesting. While it is 10 chapters in, the storytelling is slow-paced, but it's still, for me anyways, it was still very interesting enough for me to keep reading. And I definitely recommend this story if you're looking for Supergirl fanfiction out there. I know there's not a lot. I've been looking. Now back to our art. Our next artist is named Alan Grimes with a portrait of Power Girl. What I particularly liked about this one is that it was very Monroe-esque to it. Just like the facial expression and kind of the feel that Alan put into the work itself made me think of Marilyn Monroe, and it's very beautiful. I thought the use of lighting for it was very, very nice, playing with shadows and light and everything. Overall, the art altogether is very classic looking and very well done. Next artist up is another Power Girl art piece. And the artist's name is, and please forgive me if I'm wrecking this name too, Fonfka? I don't know what I just said. It is anime styled, which I really liked. It was immediately what I thought of when I looked at it. The coloring for me was very realistic looking, almost as if it was textured realistically. And the picture itself is drawn very, almost, at least in my eyes, candidly. It's almost kind of like in her expression and the way she's posed. It's almost as if he just took up to take a picture of her, and I really liked that. To me, it's kind of hard to, it's hard to draw altogether, but whenever I attempt, I always make it like purposely posed and not look accidental in any way. So I really liked this. Our next artist up is named Gman2999. He did a Superboy picture, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I have the picture up right now because first and foremost, I always get the artist's permission to put pictures up on here out of courtesy. So as of right now, I don't have his permission to put his photos up, so I probably won't, out of respect for him. So with links in the description, go down and check out his page. I highly recommend checking out all the pages anyway. But correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the New 52's Convergence arc Superboy, because it's the jacket and the haircut. I actually haven't gotten a chance to read the new Convergence arc. I'm kind of just vicariously living through all the other comic reviewers who are doing it for all of you guys. I liked particularly how what was said was that it was traditionally lined with pencil and ink and then digitally colored. I liked the colors he used. I liked the shading and everything. I especially liked the expression on his face. I've heard and read that this particular Superboy is kind of, the best word I can come up with is snarky. So I especially like the expression that he was drawn. This last artist up is named Timothy Pan, and as you could have guessed, this is the next Superboy picture. And I know this is not canonically any of the Superboys from any universe or any timeline, but I just thought it was really super cute when I saw it, and it kind of like melted my heart to see it. It is almost chibi styled in a way, and I know this technically probably shouldn't be in the video anyway, but I had to. It's just super cute. He might not be Superboy, but he's super adorable. And last but not least, our next up is our writer, and please forgive me if I am mispronouncing your name also, but is named Karan15. Karan is making a Superman fanfiction named Man of Tomorrow, and it is the first of a series in the works, and it is rated T. From the summary, it follows the story of a young Clark Kent as he struggles with his life on Earth and his having to adapt to his new finding powers. And with special permission from Karan, I have been allowed to narrate a little snippet of the story to give you sort of a feel/teaser for the story and sort of where where it's going. So here we go. Bystanders began screaming in terror. They were fleeing in every direction, except for one. A man in a red tuxedo who had a full head of long, messy red hair who was standing over the officer. He was staring at him as if he was a specimen to be studied. Brainiac noticed. He effortlessly strode over to the man, saying in Russian, "What are you doing? Why do you not flee?" The man looked up at him and responded in English. He looked back down at the officer, saying, "Oh, yes, him. You really did a number on him. Impressive if I do say so myself." Brainiac quickly switched to English, asking, "You were studying him?" "Oh, yeah," said the man, grinning. "If I could assess what kind of damage you did, I could find out how efficient you really are." And going over how he hit the pillar again, there were several ways you could have thrown him, and he would have survived. You, however, were precise. Brainiac wanted to learn more of the interesting being before him, saying, "Who are you?" "Oh," said the man, "my name's Alexander. I will give you my card, but I just haven't found the time to make one. Anyway, I'll be seeing you. He walked away, waving back at Brainiac. Alexander, said Brainiac to himself. Brainiac was interested. Very interested, indeed. So this story is currently only 8 chapters in, and I like this story very much. The feeling in the very beginning was ominous. You're dragged into a story that's already happening, but you understand what's going on right away. Obviously, from what I showed you or read to you, Brainiac is the villain, and the interaction so far I really like, and the outside perspective of it is very well done. So I would definitely recommend this Superman fan fiction to anyone out there. I have a feeling that it's going to go very far. And that is it for this super episode of Fan Service. If you liked it, press that like button down below. If you had any thoughts about the writing or the art pieces in this, write down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. If you were intrigued by any of the art or any of the stories that I mentioned, the links are down below. If you have a theme in mind for the next show, please let me know. I usually decide by Saturday and post it on Tumblr, or I can post it on here if you guys would like. Any fandom will do. I am very broad with my choices. It could be back in the DC universe, it could be Marvel, it can be anime, it can be a TV series, it can be a webcomic. I like a lot of things. And even if I'm not in that fandom, I might still decide to do it because I want to be in all of them, or as much as I can. So, alright guys, so I think that's it. Alright? See you guys later. Have a wonderful life.